Hey, what's happening, Miles?
What day is it?
What day is it? It's Taco Friday.
Taco Friday.
Every day is Taco
Okay.
Friday. Or I guess Taco
Taco.
Tuesday. Every day is Taco Tuesday, including Two Wise Friday. I don't
Okay.
know.
It's Two Wise Taco Friday.
I just want tacos. Is that okay?
I'm not a taco person.
What?
I don't know if that makes me like a bad person,
Very.
possibly.
Yes.
One of many reasons that I'm a bad person. But I don't know, just when I go for Mexican, it's always gonna be like a burrito or a burrito bowl. Just
Yeah?
never go for the taco.
Oh,
Never go for the taco.
okay. I mean, listen. I'm gonna go for Mexican. I'm going to Taco Bell. Like, I'm not looking for quality, right?
Oh
I'm
my
looking
god.
for some like really disgusting meat and sour
Oh my
cream.
god.
I want soft
Had my
taco
first
supreme.
Taco Bell. Had my
Yeah.
first Taco Bell when I was in the States last time, and I was drunk, and it was one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth.
I mean, I guess it's all a spectrum, right? I,
Sure.
I've put far worse things in my mouth, and so by comparison, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
On that note, what you want to start the show? We'll just
That's a
pretend
great.
like we
That's a
never.
great line. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
Let's start the
pretend
show
like
on that.
we never had this conversation. We'll never repeat this. Moving on. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Two Eyes Friday right here on YouTube. We do it live 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure. But we also care so much about your earballs and your listening pleasure, your oral pleasure. That's why we put this thing up on podcast services of your choice. Maybe not in a timely manner. Maybe whenever the fuck I feel like doing it. That's how it goes. My name is Brian Popp, and this channel right here without parole. And the gentleman over here to my left, your right, it's the one, the only, Miles Dyer from youtube.com/Miles.
I just realised what a silly mood I'm in today. After that conversation, I was crying with laughter, and I think I'm feeling ready to do a proper show. How's it going, Brian? Hey, Game Cats. Hope we're all doing good. Happy Friday. Another weekend ahead to play lots of VR games. What are you going to be playing this weekend, Brian? That you can talk
Balatro?
about?
Just a lot of Balatro, I think.
Dude, have you beat... I don't think I've actually spoken to you since you started playing it.
Yeah, no one has, because once I started playing, like, that was it. It's like my social calendar, I cleared it. My work life, I cleared it. Everything cleared when I started playing Balatro. It's sort of the same thing that happened when I started playing Vampire Survivors. I was like, man, VR sucks. Let's just play Balatro for the rest of our lives.
Balatro is so good. I haven't played it for a
So
while,
good.
and
Yep.
I'd like it in VR, which is a sentence you rarely hear on this show. But yeah, no, I'd love to play it in VR. I love the art style, and it's a game that once you get that like good hand, you're like, oh my god, it can get so good, and then it just makes you, like a good roguelike when you have that buzz that you're like, oh wow, the combos and how it all works. I am personally not a poker fan.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't hate poker. Like, I play it, but I normally get bored very quickly, and then I just start going all in because I'm like, I'm done.
Ooh, dude, I had this
Obviously
exact
not
same
with real money.
conversation. I had this
Okay.
exact same
Yeah.
conversation with somebody recently. Like, I have fun hanging out and shooting the shit and actually trying to, to do well until, for about an hour. And then, I start
Yes.
making like really big bets because either I want to win big or I want to get the
Yes.
fuck out of there. Like, let's move this thing
That's
along.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, same as, man. Same as. So yeah, Balatro is like great. It just good. Well, I say short games. The games can go quite long, but it's constantly interesting. There's a lot to do, and if you've not played it, I think it's on PlayStation Plus this month.
Was it?
So, or was it last month? Honestly, I don't know where May has gone, Game Cats. I don't know about you, but May, I mean, I'm looking here on my calendar, which you can't see, and it's a whiteboard calendar. It currently is April 2025. We're about to go into June, Brian, and I never updated it to May. Like, May has just disappeared.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been wild. It's been wild.
Yeah, it's been a little bit crazy. I think that May was sort of a whirlwind with we had so much stuff to do in terms of PSVR2 releases, or I did at least, and I know you had a lot of work to do over at Impact.
Yes.
And then smack in the middle of it all, we had PAX. It was like that was this month.
That was in May. I forgot about that was in May.
Yeah, so I feel like
what date was it though in May?
Who knows? There's no way to find out.
It was near the start. It was surely near the start.
I think it was the 8th to the 11th.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, man, she's been pretty crazy. I'm actually sick today. I was sick yesterday. I was sick the day before that, and man, all I want to do is like lay back down but I didn't. We had stuff to talk about today. I played some Get Out, and we have obviously got a lot of news to talk about. But so my apologies in advance if I don't do like a PSVR this weekend. I really, there are other videos that I need to be working on, like reviews and Brian bites and that kind of stuff. So we'll see how it all goes down. And hopefully this is the last day of me being sick. I feel like it's better today than it was yesterday, but still at that point where it could go either way. You know what I mean?
Feel better, dude. Feel better. Dude, I was just tripping out because I'm looking in the live chat and I'm seeing Bitmappy with a little crown next to his name and a number 3.
Yeah.
Dude, is this week? Is it just happened?
It's also British.
I know. I'm just looking. So I click it and then it's got the community leaderboard and it has XP next to their name. I'm going to press the question mark. What's the leaderboard? Sorry. But anyone who's watching on replay and you can't see the live chat, I'm just trying to find out. It says, what's the leaderboard? A place for fans, because you're fans, to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always get to try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points, or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, or send super chats and super stickers. Okay, there we go. So that's it. So you're a super sticker. Well, funnily enough, first place, second place, and third place have all got 75 XP. And I'm scrolling down.
4th place, and 5th place, and 6th place, and 7th place, and 8th place.
All the way to 16th.
Yeah. So
joint first is 16 Game Cats. I'm 50 plus with 0 XP.
So how do you get XP?
Just typing in the chat. But
then why do they all have the exact same? Then why do they have all the same XP?
I don't know. I'm just going to type in the chat once and see what happens.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello.
Right. Okay. And then how do I see the leaderboard? Oh, it says 0 XP still. Oh no.
Yep.
It's going around. I got 25 XP.
Okay. Well, so Not Sure Brondo is showing up as number 1 for me, with 75 XP. Geisen, who, I mean, listen, I love Geisen. Is he a big typer in the chat? I feel like he's always here, right? But he's sort of like that silent assassin that's like lurking in the shadows. He's number 2. Cat GPT is number 3, and Bitmappy's number 4. So I feel like there's a little bit of randomness that's going on until the XP really starts ramping up. But I don't get to play. I think this is fucking bullshit.
Do you not? Does it not let you enter?
This is my channel, Miles, and I don't get to play. I love progression systems, and YouTube's like,
I know.
Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna have to start watching your streams and AJ's streams so that I can play. Oh god damn it!
This is perfect for gamers. They've definitely found their audience.
Yeah.
It's capped at 75 XP unless you pay. Well, I've just donated £2 with pay to win to see what that does.
Hold on, can I pay?
You pay to win.
Devo the Down Under Game Cat with the Australian $2 tip says testing 1 2 3, who is also apparently checking out the XP system. Thank you so much for the contribution. The Game Cat Andrew Ehrenreich with the $2 tip says testing 4 5 6. Okay, apparently YouTube implementing new XP systems is really good for our income. Super chats are on fire. Ace Fresh with the level 1 membership. Welcome, Ace Fresh. Not Sure Brondo with the $20 fucking dollars says tacos, not Taco Bell for Paul and catnip for Tornado. Oh, but I could get so many tacos at Taco Bell with $20. Scally says, with the 5 quid, says, doing some OT tonight, overtime. So I'm glad I'm able to watch the show live for once. Thanks for the company. See, this is why I couldn't just stay in bed, Miles, right? Because I knew that Scally was doing some OT tonight, and we had to keep them company. It's important. We got Miles Dyer in the chat with the 2 quid saying, pay to win. Okay.
Yeah, I'm capped at 75. I've paid and I've used my free super chat thing, and yeah, it's not going above 75. So maybe this is all a scam.
I mean, it might be. It might be. Listen, everything seems to be broken recently, right? I tried to use Twitter earlier, broken. I was using Grindr earlier, broken. Here we are, YouTube, broken. Jesus Christ, those are the only 3 things I use, Miles. Like, and let's be fair, the PlayStation Store is always broken, so it was 4 for 4 today.
The app though changed its cover for has a nice pretty icon for days of play. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Dude,
are we supposed to talk about days of play today?
Oh,
what's 350? Oh yeah,
isn't it? Yeah, that's
the
deal.
I mean, who can?
Any of you game cats? Now's the time. Now's the time to jump in. PSVR2. It's worth checking out.
Hey, you showing everyone your butt? You showing it? Hey. You want to show everyone your face? Hold on a second. I feel bad for all the audio listeners because they don't get to see Tornado. They don't get to see Tornado. Who's a good girl? Hey, look up here. Hey. Look. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh, man, the subscribers are fucking rolling in right now. Miles, no, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 new subscribers. Oh, my God, they're all here. And hold on. And they all just unsubscribed. All right. Thank God for coffee. Ben L, the ghost cat. With the level 3 membership. I'm assuming that's for Ghost of Tabor. He said, let's test if this counts for EXP. I'm going to guess probably not. I think we're all capped at 75. But thank you for trying. Drats Ebb gifted a Without Parole membership. Thank you so much, Drats, for the generosity. Miles Dyer with the level 2 membership says capped at 75 XP. Seems like it's the case. Jason Ewing, welcome to level 1 membership. How's it going, Jason? Thanks for joining. Was that the gifted one? I don't know. I can't keep up. Not sure, Brondo. With the level 3 membership says, I'm definitely not using this to chase the XP dragon. This is so funny, man.
So YouTube have implemented something to improve the experience, and it's just making everyone angry because we're gamers. We like fair XP systems. We don't like things that cap at 75 XP. I mean, we don't even get to go up levels or unlock abilities. I mean, WTF? I
don't know, man. I don't know, but
oh my goodness!
Listen, it's day 1 as far as I can tell. I don't know if this was happening yesterday, but it definitely wasn't happening Wednesday or Wednesday. Sorry. So it's day 1. Let's say it's day 1, and we'll give them some time to work this shit out. Hopefully it'll be fun because I mean the live chat is my favorite part of doing GamesCast, and so for it to be, a meta game associated with it, I'm down. Markio says scam with the level 2 membership. Good stuff. Oh, man. Scroll too far. Fifth with the Australian $5 tip says, will the Midnight Walk's graphics affect its top 25 spot? Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I listen, it's already a fantastic game, but like if it was crystal clear in the headset, you could actually get the experience that I think they were trying to convey, right? Give us this beautiful game, this beautiful world. I would say the Midnight Walk, more than most games, relies heavily on its environments and its character models. And so for you to be able to experience that properly, Dig VR. If Dig VR got a graphics update, like a resolution update, I'd be like, still the same game. I wasn't playing this for the graphics anyway. But Midnight Walk, I am playing it to be immersed in that world. It's still a little bit different. Although I would give Dig VR a little bump if they improve the resolution. Just not as big of a bump as the Midnight Walk. Thank you, Fifth. We also got Nihilus Ryan, the game feeling with the $5 tip, says donating because I get XP for it now. It's like
there we go.
It's like a tax write-off. Everyone's like, it all comes around. I'm getting something in return. Ace Gamer Cat with the 1337 says, show some knee, Tornado. I mean, she's hold on a second. She's showing some tail right up there in the corner. Does that count? which is way better, I think, than me showing tail. I'll show knee later because my butt gets uncomfortable sitting here for too long. So
the last thing I'm going to say about XP is not sure Braundo has been taken off first place by Ben L of the Game Cat, is it?
Game Cat Army, yep. Ben L of the Game Cat Army.
Who's overtaken him with 0 XP. He now number 1 with 75 XP. So yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right.
Anyway.
Still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
We got Jason Ewing with the man, keep scrolling too far. With the $2 says, bring back the purple mohawk that never was, Brian. So I was cleaning up I cut my own hair. I always do. I don't want to pay someone to do that because I never like my haircuts anyway. Like if I actually go and pay somebody to cut my hair for me, I always walk away going, they cut it too short, or they didn't do what I asked them to, and now I have to wait for it to grow out and whatever. And so and that was like most of my life. And so I just cut it myself, and I'm just as happy, meaning unhappy, with the haircuts I give myself. And so, however, I was cleaning it up this week. This is why I wore a hat on Wednesday's show and today, and it actually doesn't look nearly as bad as it looks. And all I have is this right here in front, and I like shaved everything else.
Nice.
And I'm not gonna lie, Miles. I kind of dig this. I kind of want to grow it out, but like I also don't want it to be this closely shaved up here. So I do have to. I gotta let it grow out a little bit. But I can bring the mohawk back and make it purple as the Mandela effect.
There we go.
Requires. Thank you, Jason. We've got Shen Miazo with the £5 saying, "Duh, best view of tornado ever." Hell yeah. Every view of tornado is the best view ever. She snuggles with me in bed now. Ever since I came back from PAX, she like missed me so much, and she's like, he might leave again. And so she like, I think she values her time with me more. She would never snuggle with me in bed, and now she's there every single night. Noctis with the €1. Thank you so much for being here, our friend. We got Mad Vegan. Sent 1 without parole gift membership. Thank you, Mad Vegan, for your generosity. We got Miles. Miles, what are you fucking doing? You just am I boring you? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm just trying to get out the chart.
All right.
Number 15.
Thank you. Thanks for the £1. I appreciate you.
It's all right now. No thanks for the no XP. Just saying.
Miles, we got a viewer takeover question. Just a reminder that you guys can submit your viewer takeover questions over on our Discord. People are like, "Oh, I'm on Blue Sky or I'm on Twitter or whatever." Our biggest social media platform is neither of those things. Our biggest social media platform. Oh, not enough memory to even run the tip window. Well, thanks YouTube. Let's try that again. Our biggest social media platform is Discord, and it's just the absolute best place to hang out. So make sure you guys come join our Discord. Click the link in the description below. It's completely free to join, and that's where conversations like this happen 24/7. Is my favorite place to hang out. I usually hang out there while I'm working. I've been MIA recently because I have been working. I've been in bed. So come do that. Come join us on Discord. Just like DL Gonzo VR Geezer did with his viewer takeover question. Says, the Persistence is already available on PlayStation 5 flat screen. Why has Sony not made this a hybrid?
This was the enhanced version that had ray tracing and everything that came out. I think it's probably similar situation to Supermassive Games and Rush of Blood. Firesprite probably would love to do it and probably could do it very easily, but Sony says no.
Let me ask you this, Miles. If they were to announce a Persistence VR mode for PSVR2, would you be okay with them saying, well, listen, on PSVR1 it just used the DualShock 4 with no motion track controls at all? Would you want them to just keep that the same and be like, hey, it's fine, use the DualSense controller and use the head tracking to throw enemies around? Or would you say, listen, if you're going to do it right and give us sense control support, 2 hands in the game?
Yeah, dude, 2 hands. I mean, I don't know. It does obviously take a little bit of development, but I feel that where we are now with VR, I think if it had, they did the bells and whistles, had full motion tracking, I think that it would sell to a whole new audience. I think if you're just keeping it to a dual sense, obviously you'll get some people getting it, but it'll be mainly just to please those that have already owned it. So I think it genuinely is a game that is so great that if they did port it to PSVR2, it would find a whole new audience. Would it be a top 50 contender?
Absolutely.
Would it be a top 20 contender?
I would fight for it. I don't know if it would make it. We have so many more games that are of the persistence quality this generation.
Yes.
And obviously so many more roguelites and everything.
That's very true as well.
So the genre is packed. The subgenre of horror is packed. It all depends on how good of a port it is. And that's why if it was good to make the top 50, top 25 list, I think it would have to be kind of revamped, right? Like use those sense controllers in a great way and utilize the headset haptics. Just thinking about the game and thinking about some of the weapons you use and everything, can already think of all of these great moments that the headset haptics would come into play, that the adaptive trigger support would come into play. And if they did that, man, I especially if it like ran at like 90 frames per second and like had nice fluid movement and it was super sharp, no reason why it couldn't be. I mean, for me, it would be a top 20 big time if they did all that, but it all depends on what kind of port they do. I think what is Perp's involvement in the persistence? They published the physical, right? Even though this is a Sony.
I think you're right.
This is a first party Sony game, developed by Firesprite. The physical is done by Perp. I wonder how much say Perp has in this, right? Because obviously, like they stepped in and made Madison VR happen. They stepped in and made Vertigo happen, right? Like they were and then they were the ones assigning port studios to those games. So I bet Sirens on my end. I bet that if Perp really wanted to do it, they could make it happen on PSVR2, right? Because they have some involvement in the publishing. And so I don't think this one's 100% on Sony. I'm wondering if it just sold so poorly on PSVR1 that they're like, man, we got to move on. There's just no proof that this will sell on PSVR2.
Or were they were just publishing it? They were literally just doing the physicals.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, hold on a second. If we can find that out real easily.
Because I'm on their site. They also did the physical for the Persistence Enhanced, which came out the 11th of June 2021, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, over on the PlayStation Store, they always show the publisher. Oh,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, on the PlayStation Store, they're calling the Persistence published by Firesprite, not even published by Sony. Yeah, that's crazy. There's all sorts of weirdness going on with this game.
Yeah.
They were purchased after they made the Persistence. That's what happened, wasn't it? Sony bought them after the Persistence and before Call of the Mountain.
That was correct. Yeah.
Okay. That's suddenly making a lot more sense. So
I think the creators of the Persistence left the studio after Sony bought. In terms of the founders of Firesprite, or at least one of them did. I can't remember exactly what happened, but yeah.
Gotcha. Well, all good. Markio says on Steam it's published and developed by Firesprite. Okay, so interesting. There's a few studios involved here that could make this happen. Again, we talk about this practically every episode, but it's always fun to speculate. It's always fun to talk about like what this massive game library that's kind of stuck on PSVR1 for at least console gamers, right? For Steam gamers, some of this stuff is available, but let's. I'm not gonna go on Steam and play these games. I want these games to come to PSVR2, best possible version. We got Comic Book Guy with 10 quid. Says, hi, I don't know if you mentioned this, but Enhance, MetaQuest, and Kinetic games and Supermassive and a few more VR studios are at Summer Games Fest. That's good to hear. I don't know if you've talked about it. We've not talked about it because Summer Games Fest, I think a week away. Is that right? I think it's next Friday. I got the email. Jeff Keighley's. He said, hey Brian. He emailed me personally, one-on-one, and he was like, hey Brian. He's like, We'd love it if you co-stream the event. It wasn't.
Wow.
It was a mass email. Hundreds of thousands of people, I'm sure, got the email. And I've opted out of co-streaming Summer Game Fest and in the Game Awards, mostly because the shows are so goddamn long, and because if there is any VR presence at all, which sounds like this might be the year with the most VR presence, it's still going to be a very, very short segment, right? I would rather be sitting on Discord, watching it with friends, watching it with Game Cats, and whoever's around, and then get ready to put out a breaking news video, right? A 2-minute video saying, here's everything you need to know. You didn't have to watch a 3-hour live stream.
Yeah. Jeff Keighley, huh? He's friends with Hideo Kojima, isn't he? I think
He is.
He is. Yeah.
He talks about it a lot.
No, he's pretty. I think he's pretty humble about it all. It's not very well known, but yeah. Fun fact about Jeff Keighley: he knows Hideo. Who would have thought? Anyway.
All right, we've already spent 27 minutes talking about the XP system on YouTube.
Which, by the way, I've donated twice now, and I'm going down. Oh, whoa! Someone's got 100 XP, Brian.
Whoa! We've broken the glass ceiling.
Man. Oh my God! Looper's in second, Noctis is in third, and I keep trying to read the full usernames, but it won't let me see. It's No Man is.
Oh, I can on OBS. I can read the full names. Yeah.
There you go.
No Man is an Island is number 1. Markio 137 number 2. Looper Underground.
Markio's just taken first place now with 125 XP.
It's not refreshing on the fly.
Goodness.
Oh my God.
This is wild, man.
This is as boring as watching horse races.
Wow.
Listen, if this starts making sense, I'm all for it. But
yeah, I'm all for it as well.
But currently it doesn't make much sense. I was like smiling and nodding a lot. All right, man. We got a bunch of news stories to kind of blast through here. There's some that I want to spend more time on than others, but there's not a lot to say about some of these. So I basically just want to kind of knock out a few all at once here. Starting off with VRider SBK. This is actually VRider has been on the PlayStation Store for North American residents for a little bit here, for a few months, but apparently worldwide, VRider SBK is now available for Wishlist on the PlayStation Store. And Miles, I'm like this. This doesn't scream Brian Paul to me, right? But I do love when we get new games and genres that are not yet represented on PSVR2, right? It starts to make the catalog feel more complete. We want more racing games. We don't have any motorcycle racing games, and so this is knocking out a few different needs all at once here. You excited about this?
I am, and disclaimer, I always feel in case people watching the show haven't heard before. So I worked with the VRider devs when it came to MetaQuest at Impact many moons ago, and I remember being in conversations with them. It's been a while when they were discussing whether or not to bring it to PSVR2, and for me, I was just like, this is a perfect game for PSVR2 because PSVR2 gamers are into sim racers. I am not a motorcycle fan. Like it doesn't really appeal to me, but I had a blast playing this because like leaning in on the turns and that, it was just great. And this is what I'd say again and again about VR is the gaming platform in which I happily engage in genres of games that I would not normally play on flat screen, because there's just something interesting of putting yourself into these different experiences. And it's awesome to see them bringing it to PSVR 2. It's not just a straightforward port. They are doing optimizations, which I saw when I was at Gamescom. I didn't get to play it, but I saw a screen where they did a split screen of things. It's things like there's people in the crowd in the stands. The grass textures and that is not just like flat color. There's actually a bit more complexity to it, and overall it looks better. And I think there's more racers can be on the track at any one time, and
Yeah, it's up
I'm
to
super
22 AI racers now on PSVR2 and PC. I don't know what it was originally. I actually went over to the Meta store page, and they don't say how many there were.
I'm
Do you
gonna
remember?
say it was 8 or 12, maybe. So it's
I actually
significant.
I actually played this. I played this when it was
You
first
did.
announced for PSVR2. I downloaded it on Quest and checked it out, and I thought it was really enjoyable, man. I think it really conveys a sense of speed, and it does a good job. It's funny because you and I think I can't remember now, but on an episode of Gamescast we talked about how the wind shield protects you from the wind, and then if you lift up your head, how great it would be for them to utilize headset haptics to simulate the wind resistance. And I saw Shen Miyazo on Twitter today saying the same thing to the developers, being like, "Oh, you make sure you do this." And I'm like, it's funny, like, you say something, it kind of gets out there, and then it's like, what if us saying it here, it causes it to be in the game eventually because the developers are listening to us or other people on Twitter. I think that would be so cool. I will take full credit for it if it happens.
Devs love hearing ideas from the community. It's like free player testing and QA. So always, as I say, especially on X, just tweet at devs if you have ideas, especially if they're bringing it to PSVR 2. Another game that's coming out soon, Epica. Another game that I worked on when it came to Meta Quest. It seems that they're adding a lot of bells and whistles to the PSVR 2 version and a platinum trophy, which I'm excited about.
Review coming this week.
This week.
This week, I believe, right? It's coming out this week. I think that's
Next week.
I'll have a review.
Yeah.
Well, oh, sorry. Yeah, this upcoming week. My apologies. I looked at the date and I was like, oh, it's the 30th. It's in the next 7 days. I've been playing it, and it actually got an update today. So like even things that I'm like not 100% like being like, oh, why'd they do this, or this needs fixing. It might already be fixed, so I got to go back and play through it again.
That's cool.
So we'll have a review for that coming up. Listen, lots of reviews. This is gonna be another May. As it turns out, June is turning into another May. We could very well have potentially Undead Citadel come out in June. We could potentially have Firmament coming out in June, Kid Pilot coming out in June. I mean, just like along with all the games that are 100% officially confirmed for June that Jamie and I talked about last week. I think in your absence, right? Was it last week you weren't here? And then Jamie took the British co-host spot.
British flag, yep.
What did you call him?
Good old.
Sorry.
Good old him. I'm looking forward to this, and I can't wait for this to be a Sunday multiplayer that we can all jump into.
Oh yeah, for sure. They say 20. So they talk about 22 AI opponents. Does that mean?
Exactly what it means for actual multiplayer. I'm not entirely sure.
Right, because I mean, like even Galaxy Kart has it's a kart racer that's focused on multiplayer, and it has 6 player lobbies, which is like too small, I think, for a kart racer. It's like I think it's the final thing that needs to be fixed in Galaxy Kart for it to be amazing. If they could get that up to, I mean, listen, I would prefer 10 or 12, but if they could even get up to 8, because it used to have 8 player lobbies, but it was causing a lot of fucking bugs. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how many actual multiplayer opponents they can get going on in VRider SBK. We got Mad Vegan with a $2 tip. Says message retracted. What happened, Mad Vegan? Hopefully everything's okay. Did you change your mind? Do you have you don't stand by what you said? But thank you for the donation regardless. Aaron Cheney with the $5 tip says huge fan of the channel. Would give literally anything to put Pro Era 2025 on PSVR 2. Is the other football game comparable? Cheers.
There's 2 of them on PSVR 2. Yeah.
NFL Pro Era.
I mean, I found them both very similar, but I just feel that, I don't know, I'd rather they just kept building on the same game. I think for something like PSVR 2, doing like annual sport games is just, there's not enough reason for it. Like, just do patches and updates.
Right. This isn't Madden, right? You're not going to sell 20 million copies a year. But you can keep getting more sales every year by keep adding to the game, and making it become the place to play football in VR. or American football, I guess. So, yeah. Also, I didn't even know there was a. What the hell is this game called? God, my brain is fucking shutting down already. Pro Era. I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was a Pro Era 2025. So this is the third game now in the series.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, I mean, listen. I don't know if Pro Era 1 or 2 sold well. I have no idea what's going on over there. But with any luck, we'll get Pro Era 2025 on PSVR2. But Aaron, you basically just educated me. Like I said, didn't even know this game existed. We got Fifth with the Australian $5 tip saying, what game do you want to play for your next Let's Play, Miles?
Honestly, front of my mind at the moment is Ghost of Tabor. I'm really excited to jump into that. Honestly, GameCats, I am so behind. Like, I haven't played PSVR2 since the Midnight Walk, just before our PAX East show. Playing it in a hotel lobby. It's been the most insane month. We've been launching quite a few games at Impact and Flat VR and our publishing company now, Impact Inked. And I've missed it a lot. So, basically this weekend I'm going to start getting stuff scheduled and planned out. But I have a lot of games. But yeah, Ghost of Tabor, and then obviously Zombie Army coming out just around the corner. I'm looking forward to that. So, looking forward to playing that once it launches.
Dude, I got to get back into Ghost of Tabor. It's gonna be such a time sink in the best possible way. That I feel like, I know people are looking for a Tabor review. I know people are looking for a Hitman review. AJ was talking about doing a Hitman review for me, and I said, you know what, I can totally cover the Hitman game, and it's like, it's one of the best games on PSVR 2. So I want to have like an intimate knowledge of that game. If it's going to require me to play for 100 hours in order to get out a 9-minute review, so be it. Mm-hmm. I want to experience that 100 hours myself. So I moved AJ over to the No Man's Sky review that we desperately need on the channel. I'll take care of the Hitman review and the Ghost of War review, but I feel like it's going to have to happen during the summer, right when we have a summer lull, which should be happening, right? May and June, not a lull at all, but yeah. So maybe these games will get their due when July and August roll around, if those months end up being slower than the last couple months have been. Dude, I completely forgot. We were talking about games coming out in June. I completely forgot that Zombie Army VR is still coming out. Jesus. Hopefully we'll have keys for that soon. Ooh, what do you got?
Well, have you worn yours yet?
I haven't even been to the post office to pick it up, Miles. So you're debuting this on the channel right now.
Hello. What I love about this is it's pretty solid, but inside it has a little warning that says this product is restricted for survival games use only. Its material and design is neither bulletproof nor shockproof. Customer misuse this product will be at their own risk. So, no taking bullets to the head, guys. So yeah.
AJ tried to put that on a couple weeks ago. It was a screaming match. It was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not allowed to do it.
Oh my God.
Right, because the embargo is like plastered on the outside of the box.
Outside the box, massive box,
a massive embargo on a massive box. But you open the box up, if you're not paying attention to the shipping labels and the stuff plastered to the outside, you're not gonna see that. There's not a big warning, right? So, man.
I do wear this now when we're launching a game because I feel like I'm in the bunker. But I can't wear it too much or my neck starts hurting because it's actually quite heavy and I think it is making me shrink. But yeah.
We don't want shrinkage. We got Dead Ringer, the game cat, with a $2 tip, says message censored. Ooh, that's way sexier than retracted. Although, if you retract things and you censor them simultaneously, pretty hot. We got Super Nintendo Chalmers with the $5 tip, says you were right with your Arcane Age review, Brian. I know. I beat it last weekend, and the final boss was the most spectacular VR experience I've ever played. Bro, how crazy is it that Arcane Age's final boss is ranking for people above the behemoths in Skydance's Behemoth.
Wow, really?
I mean, to me,
I've not got to the end boss of Arcanage, so I don't know what it is.
All right, listen, no spoilers. But I think the end boss in Arcanage is what better implemented into the game of Arcanage than any of the bosses in Behemoth, right? Because Behemoth does this thing where it's like it feels like you're playing a different game while you're fighting the bosses a little bit, right? So sometimes it feels like it's like, oh, okay, we fade out and now we're fading in and now we're like kind of like in this mini game type thing. And Arcanage just seems so well implemented that I kind of wish that that everyone at Skydance would play Arcanage and then go back to the drawing board and bring us Behemoth 2, right? Just like being like, oh, here's what's possible. It's all good, right? I think Arcanage it's just this great finale for such a fantastic game. I'm really, really glad that you ended up agreeing with my review, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Yeah, I love Behemoth 2. He says I love Behemoth 2, but Arcanage is no joke. Yeah, I like Behemoth 2. But it just feels like
Behemoth
Arcanage.
2? A sequel came out? Wow.
I love Behemoth also, but Arcanage is no joke. Yeah, it does. It just Arcanage just feels like you can tell it was like made by a smaller studio who just like who wasn't a bunch of people trying to pull things together, right? That wasn't these siloed people working on games all like on the game all on their own and trying to stitch it together. It was literally the product of 2, 3, 4 people who were working together on one unified vision, right? And Behemoth just feels like a game that, despite the fact that it turned out well at the end, right? Not the best game of the year. It didn't even get a 9, right? It was like a low 8 or mid 8, I think, that on Without Parole. Great game, but like could have been so much better for various reasons. Anyway, everyone go play Arcanage. I hear it sold big.
It did, I believe.
Okay.
Just no one reported it.
Yeah, right. We'll get back to the tips here in a second. We'll leave Professor Lilith's up here.
Thanks for all the tips, and no thanks YouTube for none of the XP. I'm still at 75, and I've donated twice. I'm literally going down in the rankings. This is bullshit. I don't care about it.
You'll be okay. You have protective headgear on. You'll be all right. We're not doing a good job of getting through these news stories fast.
It's fine. It's Friday. We're just hanging out, aren't we, Game Cats? Just hanging out, grinding for XP.
Hey, I'm gonna invite. I'm inviting everybody over after the show. My bed is right over there. I think we all just do like a big dog pile. Everyone snuggle. I'm gonna sleep so good. You can all come over. We'll all snuggle. It'll be great. You'll also all end up sick because I'm sick, and but it'll be worth it. It'll be the best snuggle session ever. Miles, over on Twitter, they're talking about Tensori, the developers of Pools VR, is talking about Pools VR. Strangely enough, and they released the update, the VR update for Pools, onto PC, free of charge. It's a free update for the PC game. This is not what I was expecting. I was expecting them to sell a completely new version of Pools. Instead, it's just a free update for people who have it on PC already. I want to bring up the Twitter post because is it going to come up? I'm going to roll the dice here. Hopefully if I push this button, it'll show up. There it is. Kind of. Yeah, not great. Not great. It's not showing up great. Yeah, like I said, Twitter's broken today. So it's not doing great. Anyway, oh God. All right, well that's just not going to fucking happen, is it? Cool. Well, you guys can watch the trailer. I'll read you the post. Man. Somewhere around here. Oh, dude, I feel like canceling the show right now. Okay, is it too late to cancel the show? Fucking 48 minutes in? Getting real tired here. What do we got?
I've been seeing so many Instagram reel videos of like pools-like environments.
Like
And it
liminal
just creeps
spaces
me
and
out.
stuff.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
All right, here. I'll try this one more time. We'll see if it works or not. We'll see if it works. There we go. Plunge into a new reality. Pools VR mode is now available for free on PC. A gift from us to you. So let's read the replies. Oh my fucking Christ! All right, we're not gonna read the replies. It's just like I said, it's just goddamn broken. Everybody, blue sky. Let's make this happen. Somebody asked about Pools 2, and they said we're going to keep making games, but Pools 2 is unlikely. And then we got Egon that says, any news about the PSVR 2 release? My wallet is ready. And their response was, here it is. After fixing possible critical issues, whole team can focus on PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2. It will be our main priority. Fortunately, much of the PC VR logic can be applied directly to PSVR 2. So this is a big milestone. So it is, once they finish cleaning up the PC version, it looks like all hands on deck for the PSVR 2 release. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be all that long before we get an update. It'd be pretty cool if this was an October release. Right? Not a super scary game, right? But a uncomfortable game.
Yeah, unnerving game. Yeah. No, dude, I'm absolutely fascinated by this. I don't know. There's that whole thing that of I don't know what the term is. It's the phobia of like pores or like perfect circles in nature. Do you know about this?
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? And holes. Trypophobia.
Oh.
Which is a specific phobia characterized by an aversion to clusters of holes or other repetitive patterns. It's the feeling of disgust more than fear. But supposedly it's one of those things where a lot of people don't have it, but once you're aware of it or get told about it, you can then develop it yourself. Because I'm looking at images on Google now, and I'm now like, yeah, I shouldn't have thought about this. But yeah, this Pools game is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is another game, just like the Midnight Walk, where it's all about the environments. It's all about feeling like you're there. So I really hope that they know.
Projection.
Yeah, like it can't have reprojection, and it can't, it's gonna have like nice smooth turning, like all of that. The resolution needs to be super sharp. So let's really hope they nail this, because that's what this is. It's all about the visuals. Professor Lilith with the $5 tip says, hello, GameCats. The winner of the Sunday multiplayer survey is Legendary Tales. Come swing your swords with us Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You heard it here first, guys. If you want to play some Legendary Tales in multiplayer, go join our Discord, come hang out. And on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, that's where everyone will be hanging out in that Sunday multiplayer channel. If you want to get in on the action and vote for the next game or suggest games that should be that can be in the vote, that's where you do it too. Let Professor Lilith know. Excuse me. All right. I'm skipping ahead a little bit here, Miles, because I'm crashing and I don't want. I want to make sure we get to our main story. See how much time we have after that. Get Out, A Very Bad Dream story came out today. Review keys for me came through, I think it was like yesterday or something, and I didn't have time to play it till today. Again, bed. And so here, I played through the first about hour of the game. And if you guys are unfamiliar with this is it's basically a follow-up to Very Bad Dreams. It's supposed to take place in the same universe. It's a little bit weird, I will say.
Unlike the first.
Well, yeah. Listen, it's confusing, right? I think it's like a $10 game. I forget exactly how much you're charging for it on the PlayStation Store, but it's around $10. So it's on the shorter side. It is not a full-fledged game. It's only a couple hours long at most, and it still seems to have problems. I know that this had problems leading up to launch, and other people who were playing it who had keys prior were not happy with some of the bugs and some issues that it was having. Some game-breaking bugs and whatever. And so, yeah, I was a little concerned getting into this. It also seems like half of what this game offers is the DLC from Very Bad Dreams, right? It's like Dean's Nightmare or Dean, whatever it was. It's like this hour and a half piece of DLC that they included in Very Bad Dreams, which is, by all reports, the best part of Very Bad Dreams, right? It's like this exclusive PSVR2 DLC. And so they just included that as part of this game as well, right? So it's weird because it's like they obviously want you to play that. But if you're buying this game, it's likely you already bought Very Bad Dreams and you have already played that. So I think they just threw it in to make it seem like, a better deal. So it's all very confusing. Anyway, let's get to this game. I don't. Oh no, is it gonna be this dark? It's very dark. Yeah. So I'll explain why it's so dark. You start the game
That's
off.
fine. That just means there's not going to be many spoilers for people.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can lighten it up here a little bit. We'll add some gamma here. Only because it's oh my god. Is this changing anything? It just looks pitch black over here for me. Somebody kill me. All right. Well, so you have a bag over your head. That's the beginning of the game. You can kind of see it here, and you also have a straitjacket on. So the game asks you put your hands here and here.
Oh, I was going to ask if it does that. That's
yeah. Cool. And they won't let you walk unless you do that, and a message will pop up being like, "Hey, your hands aren't in the right place."
That's cool.
It is. It is. I was actually a little bit concerned that they were using the straitjacket to be like, "Oh, we're just going to use the DualSense controller, and we're not going to have sense controllers in the game." That was something I talked about on a prior episode of GAMESCAST. So you've got this weird thing over your face. It looks a lot better, I think, on the social screen than it does in game. But it is, you are kind of like straining to see through this mesh, and then so you have your hands up here for the straitjacket. You get this thing over your head, and as it turns out, you're locked in this insane asylum. And I didn't know this about insane asylum doors, Miles, but apparently these big metal locked doors in insane asylums can be open if you just kick them 3 times. All of them. It doesn't matter that you're an inmate, that you're locked in here. If you kick the door 3 times, it opens. Reminds me
always
of,
on the third.
Always on the third. It reminds me of Austin Powers.
Yes.
I was kind of giggling to myself thinking about that while I was playing this.
That's
like,
so good.
Like, oh man, this listen. It would be if it was like a rundown insane asylum, like it was this old, and it is, right? You look and all the tiles are broken and everything's rusty. Why didn't they just make them wooden doors and be like, oh yeah, these just aren't. It's just not as. It feels very unrealistic, but it's more goofy than anyway. You get a kick button. That's fun. And I spent some time with this button right here that's on the wall that's supposed to turn the lights on. I was trying to maybe can I jump kick it? How is this going to work? And eventually I just slammed my head into it, and eventually, yeah. So you turn on buttons by slamming your head into them. It's all very weird, but within a few minutes, like I started thinking to myself that this is something that VR really doesn't do very frequently, right? I have felt nerfed. And I'm trying to think of the right word. Like sometimes when you play horror games in VR, you feel defenseless, right? Because they only give you a flashlight or whatever. There's no guns. You can't defend yourself against paranormal spirits or whatever it is. But this game does it in a different way, right? With the straitjacket and the bag over your head, and forcing you to kick doors open and slam your head into buttons on the wall. You do feel very, very defenseless in a way that I've never felt in VR before, and I actually really, really started enjoying what you're doing. And just when I get tired of all of this stuff, like the bag over your head and the straitjacket, and I just wanted to play the game as normal, they let you take it all off, right? Like you get to a point in the game where it's where you find a way to remove it, and then you're okay, which is cool, right? So it's a pretty good way to start off. I like it, man. I like it. It's a $10 game, but it's also got issues. I ran into a game-breaking bug. I presume it's a game-breaking bug. I talked with Reese from Crossbutton, who's been playing this game for the last week, and apparently one of the new updates, I believe the update that came out today or last night, actually broke the puzzle that I'm working on. Right? It's just a puzzle where you go into a room and you find some gears, and you have to bring the gears back to a wall where you put the gears on the wall to and once the gears turn, they unlock the next door for you. But if you put the gears down in the wrong place, they disappear, like from the environment, from the world completely, and they don't respawn where you found them, right? And so it's just, for me, the game at least is currently broken, and this all happens about 45 minutes into the game, so it's not terribly long. It's only, I think it's only about 2 hours long total. So,
has it got jump scares in it?
Yeah. I would say listen, it's got a good, from what I've seen so far, it's got a good variety. The quality is around the same as Very Bad Dreams, like maybe even a little bit better than Very Bad Dreams was. It's clearly an extension of Very Bad Dreams. They're not reinventing the wheel here, but they did do some things better. Like I didn't like where, sorry, we got Reese in the chat. He says, can confirm that the Gears puzzle is a game-breaking bug. 100% wasn't there beforehand, and they have acknowledged it. Fantastic. So hopefully we'll be getting a patch for this soon, and I'll be able to finish it up and get a Brian bite out and all that. So, excuse me. One of my complaints about Very Bad Dreams that I cannot believe they didn't fix is that you have a lighter, and where that lighter is placed is right here by your chest, and so you look down and you grab it, but it's like in such a bad place. It feels like it's in the way. Like when you look down, it's sort of in your line of sight to something's on a desk or a table. And I can't believe they never fixed that, but they did fix it in this game, right? Because the lighter is here, but it's much closer to your chest, so it's never in the way when you're looking around. The enemies here are, you're sneaking around. You got to make sure you don't step on glass so they don't hear you. So there's some stealth stuff going on. You want to use a flashlight to make sure that you don't step on the glass or that you see enemies, but then you don't want them to see the light. So I don't know, man. I like indie budget horror games, and this is definitely scratching that itch. But obviously, just don't buy it now until you get the word from me that it's been patched. And again, $10. It's fun.
Well, I'm going to be live streaming this soon, no doubt.
I'll let you know when it's fixed.
And I just know to keep kicking the doors 3 times.
3 times. Yep. Yeah, there's a couple.
Kick it a 4th time, does it lock again?
Oh, I didn't try that. I was just happy that it opened. Yeah,
I just 3 and then no more. Even when it opens, don't kick it again.
Yeah, there's a couple doors that when you kick them, the narrator, your character, says something like, it's the same issue that the voiceovers had with the first game, is that the writers of the dialogue they're not native English speakers, right? And so the people reading the voiceover lines are reading kind of like mistranslations to a degree. And so it's just like, wait, what are you saying? And so like he doesn't have a lot of dialogue, but the dialogue that's there is sort of pretty fucking bad. So here it is. Yeah, here's where you're supposed to put the gears on the wall, and this is the door that opens once you put all the gears on the wall. But yeah, it just doesn't work. And actually, when I walked into this room, I was really happy because I was like, oh, you're obviously gonna be putting stuff up on this wall. There's a door with a key that says, hey, you're going to be using a key here. And I was like, oh, thank God. That means I'm going to be getting out of this straitjacket any second here, right? It means that I'm just about at the point where I can put all this stuff behind me. And then you find the key, and the guy goes, I have to pick up the key with my mouth. I'm like, fuck. All right. Well, so it's going to be a second. Yeah. But again, it is cool, right? It's like they really utilized, at least for this short amount of time that you're in the straitjacket and have the thing on your face, they utilized these gameplay mechanics in a cool way, right? To be like, I don't remember ever picking up a key with my mouth in any other game, and then having to put it in the door with my mouth. Like it's cool. These guys, even though the game is buggy and even though the game has issues, what I've always liked about the studio is that they're very creative, and then they really do deliver something different. See, here's the key. It's in my mouth. They deliver something different, and that's what even though Very Bad Dreams was super super low budget and had tons of problems. It had a bunch of stuff I'd never seen in VR horror before, and I really appreciated that. So I'm glad that they're still, chugging away at this stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be able to fix this real fast, and people who like low budget horror like I do will be able to check it out.
I'm guessing wearing the sack over your head, there's like no mirror. You can't tell if there's mirror in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say the game looks pretty decent, like especially once you get the sack off your head. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shimmering.
Does the sack on your head get a bit annoying, or is it? I mean, obviously, watching it on flat screen, it's going to look a bit more enduring, but like in the game, it works.
It works well enough, right?
Well enough, yeah. You
trust me. By the time you've seen the entire time that you have to wear it in this footage, it's about to come off, and I'll say by this point you're like, okay, listen, I want to see these worlds. I want to see the gross asylum. Like I want to see how run down it is, and I don't want this thing over my head anymore. And just about the time you start getting sick of having it, they let you take it off, and I'm like, that's kind of perfect. So yeah, it looks. I mean, it's always a little weird when you have stuff that close to your head, when there's stuff on your head. You remember Metro Awakening when you had the gas mask on, and like when you it felt like your head was like giant, right? Because like there's always this like sense of scale issue. There's something going on with that here too. Like it's not
right.
It's a bag that's over your head, but it moves around a lot, right? So it just feels like this giant like floating bag, which is really strange, but it gets the job done. Okay. Yeah, Awesome Tatum says, can we play it to the point of the puzzle, or is it just plain broken? I mean, so here's the good part. I'm actually checking my mail because I emailed these guys right before the show, but it's late over there. They're probably already asleep. It only seems to be broken if you put the gears in the wrong spot, right? And so like if you save the game before you start picking up the gears and you figure out where each one's supposed to go, or I can just tell you, then you should be able to get through it without it breaking. But I got to get back into the game after GAMESCAST in order to see if that's even a workaround. But yeah, you should be able to play up to that point. And just save your game before you start messing around with that, and then you should be good. I like it. Like it's a solid 6 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but I really, really enjoyed that it's doing a lot of stuff differently.
Nice.
Yep. Hopefully, yeah. I'll be interested to see what you think of this when you play it on youtube.com/Miles.
That's right, Brian. That's right. Let's plays are coming. The days are coming. Let's plays are coming.
Dino, the middle-aged ninja game cat with the level 2 membership, says, when's the next top 25 debate? I'd like it to be in June, I think. Although, as we were just saying, we may have a nice little lull in summer. So if we wait for all the June releases to come out, we wait for Firmament, we wait for Undead Citadel, and then we'll be looking pretty good, and the list will be pretty accurate for a few months if we do it like the beginning of July, something like that. But it's going to come down to everybody's schedule, because asking everybody to take like 5, 6, 7 hours. Hold on a second. What do we got? Games with T says, so from my understanding, you can progress. It's 5. You can progress. However, if you get them wrong, you'll need to start over. Yeah. Sorry, Brian. The wall with the poster. What's the wall with the poster? What did I miss? What happened? What's the wall with the poster? I don't know. It'll be nice to have a new top 25 list out, Miles. The last time I put out a top 50 list, Alien Rogue Incursion wasn't out.
Oh god, it was just before that, because that was the whole thing of like, do we wait for it? And it's like, well, we can keep waiting for games.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. This is gonna be awesome. Tough.
Alien wasn't out. Metro wasn't out. Behemoth wasn't out. Subside wasn't out. Arcanage wasn't out. I mean, these are all games that are contenders for, the top 20. I don't know if we should do. I don't know if we should do a top 50. Right? Did I set a precedent the last time I did a top 50? Being like, oh, this is what people want from now on, or are people going to be cool with the top 25? You guys gotta let me know.
I don't know. Oh man, that's an interesting one. What about a top 30?
It just feels so half-assed.
Or 27? Top 27?
I mean, 32. I like 32.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't think of that.
32. It's a good number.
It is.
Headbite says Wander is still not out. They did announce that the next update for Wander is coming June 5th. They said the update that was supposed to be out in May is coming June 5th. So that'll be good to see. I definitely think that World of Longplay says top 100. He's not interested in the compromise. He just wants a 15-hour debate with a 30-minute video. I'm down. It all depends what people have time for. Ben L, the Ghost Cat, with the $5 tip, says, glad to finally learn what drama AJ almost caused. It's so funny how it went down too, because like I said, I never even picked mine up, and then Miles at PAX told me, it's like, there's an embargo on that. I was like, oh, I haven't even picked mine up, so I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Comic Book Guy with the 5 quid says, does anyone remember Throwdown preview? I think it's been on my wish list forever, probably the last year or two. Yeah, I do remember that. Actually, I saw your DM about that, Comic Book Guy. I just haven't responded to like anybody's DMs in the last week. Yeah, there's a game called Throwdown preview on the PlayStation Store, and it's like, we don't know anything about the game. There's not really a trailer or anything like that. It's just one of these games that got announced and we don't know anything about. It's pretty crazy. We're almost there. Dead Ringer, the Game Cat with the $2 tip, says, how the heck does Submersed 2 not have VR support? I saw your tweet about that, Dead Ringer. I know I liked it. I don't know if I retweeted it. Are you familiar with Submersed 2?
Submersed? You mean Subnautica?
Nope.
Oh, Submersed 2? No, I don't.
Yep, hold on. Submersed to the Hive, I guess. So a trailer came out for this. Copy link address. Came out 23 hours ago on the PlayStation YouTube channel. Let's take a look at this thing, because I didn't click on your link, Dead Ringer, so I didn't even take a look to see what was being discussed. Submersed to the Hive. Let's go full screen on this. Oh, Jesus, it already looks like fucking The Persistence, but underwater. Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, this screams VR to me already, like in the first 10 seconds. Ooh, shark.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wait a minute. Relevo? These guys were making a PSVR 1 game.
Really?
Do you remember this? Yeah. No one remembers this. I think the game was called like Mindhunter or something, and it was a hybrid
like
game.
Deep Blue Sea, the game. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, this looks epic.
It wasn't called Mindhunter. What the fuck was it called? It was Mind something. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. Mind Taker. Mind Taker. Hold on a second. Yeah, it was the same studio. What the hell? Just hold on. So yeah, let's bring this up. Loop trailer, browse. Mind Taker. This never came out, but it looked amazing. And they just didn't make the money they were supposed to, or they needed in order to bring this out. There it is, Relevo. I don't know if they were just the publishers or what the deal is, but the second I saw that studio's name, I was like, PSVR1. Look at this shit. I was really looking forward to this one, and it just never came out, unfortunately. So hopefully they have another chance at supporting VR with PSVR2 with what's it called? Submersed 2. I never even heard of Submersed 1.
2. The Hive.
The Hive.
The Hive. The Hive. The Hive.
Closer than you expect. That's how the Mind Taker trailer ends. Coming closer than you expect. Or never. One or the other. Excuse me. Robbie with the Australian $5 tip says, shout out to, hold on a second, let's get these shout outs proper. Stop moving around. Shout out to Twitcher, Shades of Grey Matter, and Fodder185 in the Discord for convincing me to get a PSVR 1 and play some of the classics that aren't on PSVR 2. Hell yeah. Robbie, it's such an amazing collection of VR games that you can get very, very cheap. There's always a PlayStation Store sale going on. And so it's a great headset to have. And there's some games on there that are literally just never going to come to PSVR 2, right? Like I absolutely love Separation. Separation is such a good game, right? It's like this open world game, and you gradually make your way through it, solving puzzles, and like you discover new forms of locomotion throughout the course of it. And it is just, it's like it was $12 when it was new, and it was just like it was one of my favorite experiences on the platform. So if you haven't played Separation, make sure you do that. Here's the trailer for it. Glad we got good cats in the Discord convincing you to do good things, and hopefully you got it cheap. I don't think a PSVR 1 headset is terribly expensive these days. Yes, static. Random Toxie. Definitely, we need static. Golem, Shin Miyazo says, being stuck on PSVR 1 Golem is criminal. Golem was a fantastic game. Really good stuff. Patty Cakes, the Underground Stranger, with the level 3 crown and the $2 tip, says Gran Turismo 7 tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Deets in the Discord. Send it. There you go, man. Another reason to be on Discord on Saturday. They're playing some Gran Turismo 7 at 3 p.m. Eastern. Fuck yeah. All right, Miles. Sadly, I'm going to try to move along here, and I'll wrap up the show. So if you are down to do a 4-minute challenge, have you chosen a game?
I can choose a game, Brian. Just give me... Okay, yeah, I got one.
That was really fast. All right, guys, I'm going to need all the help I can get. Yeah, what is the deal? What is the deal with you in the chat? What is happening? I don't even see you typing, and then messages from you keep popping up in the chat. What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get XP. I'm 6th place now. No, 7th. Fuck this shit. Sorry, it doesn't matter. No. It's just XP.
That's fair. Fuck that shit. All right, you guys know how this works. I need all the help you can give me, especially today. And all the snuggles you can give me after the show. Got to figure out what PSVR 1 or PSVR 2 game Miles is thinking of over there. We only have 4 minutes, but an infinite number of yes or no questions to ask during those 4 minutes. So ask good questions in the chat, and then suggest good games based on the answers he gives. On your mark, get des, go. Miles, is this on PSVR 1?
No.
Okay. Is it on other headsets than just PSVR 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
PSVR 2 non-exclusive. Is it a lot about shooting guns? Is that a big part of this game? No. Okay. Is it based on a known IP? Yes, Old Darth.
No.
Not IP. Virtual Resistance says, any roller coasters involved?
No.
Okay, not roller coasters. Nihilus Ryan is wondering if there's an XP system in the game. Wow. Question number 4. Already AJing the fuck out of it.
Oh, man, I honestly don't know. I think it might do.
Okay. We're gonna move on. Is there magic as GameCat Chicago?
No.
Does it have? Is there melee combat as Looper? Who's at number 1?
No.
Are there vehicles?
Yeah. There's vehicles.
Are you in vehicles?
Yeah.
Do you control the vehicles?
You can, yeah.
Okay. This is big because there's not that many games with vehicles. Okay. Are there puzzles?
Not as people would. No, it's. There's working stuff out, but I wouldn't say it's strictly puzzles.
All right. Did we mention this game on today's show at any point?
No.
Does it take place in space?
No.
Does it take place? Is there racing?
No.
Is it multiplayer?
No.
Jesus. Can you get out of the vehicle? Asks Reese.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it can't be Dig VR. Does this developer make other PSVR 2 games?
No.
Okay. Does it take place in a modern setting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it take place on a city street?
Not actually out on the street, no. No.
Did it come out this year?
No.
You said it's not racing, right?
No, there's no racing in it.
You in a car?
You can be in a car, yeah.
Can you be in an airplane?
No.
Get 9 seconds and I'm no closer to the beginning to figuring out what it is. All right. Is it Car Mechanic Simulator as Headbite?
It is not, Brian. It is actually Car Mechanic Simulator VR. You were right, Brian.
Headbite.
Clutched it, as they would say.
Headbite was right. Headbite was right.
Headbite was right at the end, in the nick of time. Well done, Brian.
Yeah,
well done, Headbite.
Yeah, that's true, man. This is this was a game that came out on.
This was a game.
PSVR2.
A game that it's actually one of my least favorite PSVR2 games. I was so frustrated with it. I don't know if there is XP in it. I know obviously you earn money for buying parts and stuff, but I don't know if there's actual XP. I have to say I was blown away by the fact you can take your cars that you work on for a spin and drive around, and that was impressive.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty impressive too. It almost made it worthwhile, but not, because I didn't like anything else about it. But being able to take it out and drive it around the track was like, holy crap! I was like, this is very surprising. But yeah,
I just find that when you play a game, you want to experience fun, and I had absolutely no fun playing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? I am fucking dying over here, Miles. So I'm going to wrap this shit up very quickly.
Well, I apologize for choosing such a downer of a game to end the show on.
It is all your fault. I apologize for being under the weather, you guys. But I really wanted to do a show today. We didn't do one on Monday, and I never feel bad about canceling a show because we do 3 a week. But I do feel bad about canceling 2 shows. Then it's only 1 a week. So thank you guys for being here so very much. Thank you for ranking.
Car Mechanic Simulator is on PSVR 1. I had no idea.
I wasn't going to give you a hard time about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think that's where I played it. I don't think I even played it on PSVR2.
Wait, did it come out on PSVR 1 at the same... Did they release it on both platforms, or had it already come out years ago on it?
You're asking questions that I just couldn't fucking care about.
Really?
But I mean, I don't remember. Somebody in the chat probably knows the answer, but I don't know the answer. Thank you guys for being here. This was still a fun show, despite everything. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks to everyone who supports the channel financially, whether it be over here by being a member or tipping during the show, or by being over on patreon.com/withoutparolegames. I got to update that Patreon scroll because it's almost the 1st, and that's when I'm supposed to update the scroll. So I got to remember to do that this weekend. Listen, money's always secondary. We're just happy you're here. Thanks for being part of this community. Thank you for hanging out and shooting the shit and helping during 20 questions, especially Headbite, who guessed the answer. And even if you don't fucking say anything, we're just, like I said, happy you're here, sitting back, watching the show, and don't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there, and we love you just as much. It is Friday, so here it is. Your clip of the week, courtesy of Metro Man, Sirens on My End, the Game Cat. Let's go.
Planet. Explosives up. Explosives up. Explosives up.
The sticky grenades in Alien can be a little bit tricky and a little bit sticky. So glad you got it figured out.
Disco they had going on there.
It was.
They should definitely put that as a plot point in like the next like Alien movie, or maybe Alien Earth could have a little
right
sticky grenade on the head kind of thing. Yeah.
And so much good stuff coming out soon, Miles. I'm really excited for this the rest of the summer and fall. Lots of good movies and TV shows seemingly coming out. I'm interested in Alien Earth. Interested in shit. What was the horror movie from the Barbarian guy?
Oh, Weapon or Weapons? Is it
Weapons?
I think it's yeah,
Right.
dude. And he's obviously working on the Resident Evil movie reboot, which I have a lot of faith in with him doing it. So yeah.
Yeah. And then I just watched Hell of a Summer.
Oh yeah.
While I was stuck in bed. Yeah, it's like a teen slasher horror comedy. It's got the dude from Stranger Things in it, Finn, whatever his name is. It was good. It's just it was and I watched Locked, which was the dude gets locked in a car, and the owner of the car starts torturing him. I just feel like movies and TV shows and shit are just getting so much better, right? I feel like we had like this sort of down period during COVID, where it was tough for movies to get filmed properly and or edited properly, and then we'd get something that just didn't feel like it came together correctly. And it just feels like everything I've been watching recently has been like a step up, right? And like none of these movies are great, right? But great movies are so few and far between anyway. I just feel like whatever issue we were experiencing is sort of going away, and now at least the movies I'm watching are decent and enjoyable and fun without me watching them and going, huh, I would have edited that differently. Like you're not supposed to think that shit when you're watching a movie. I would have edited it differently. Come on, right? I think movies are getting better. I think TV shows have been getting better for a long time. It's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, dude, so much stuff. I was just so underwhelmed by The Last of Us season 2.
Oh, I haven't watched a single episode of season 2.
To be honest,
yeah,
I loved a lot about it. They did a lot of amazing stuff on it, and I think overall it was fine. I just have some fundamental problems with the way they are portraying certain characters, but that could be a whole other podcast. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm down. I'll watch it, and then we can podcast about it if you want.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet. All right.